Hello there, my name is Julius Reed. You're listening to the NeverFap Deluxe Daily, and as per usual, here's our theme tune to get it. I killed it. I killed the climax, but it's coming back, baby! Talk about a comeback. Julius Reed, he's just kicking and fighting, and he's screaming, and he's helping you, the adult porn addict, currently searching through an unnameable website that I can't mention. Well, I can mention. I won't do it because I'm trying to non-trigger you. And you're currently desperately looking for, I don't know what it is you're into. Big breasts, small breasts, breasts that have been chopped off. You sicko. Anyway, let's get to the segments, the topics. No, not the topic, but in fact the checkup. Butter. That's right. Today's, every checkup, I check up on you because you're struggling. You're like, help me, Reed. I've got a small dick. What do I do? Well, I can't help you with that, but what I can help you with is your mental health. All things considered, that's a good trade-off, I think. So how are you coping with life? Are you doing okay? Is your dad beating you? Am I going to have to go to where you live and beat your dad? And then obviously he'll beat you harder because he's now angrier because he got beaten by me, the Reed. I'll even stamp him. I'll they stamp cows with the cattle prod. I'll cattle prod your dad with my penis, of course. That's how I do it. So hopefully you're doing okay. If not, send in an email, neverfapdeluxe@gmail.com. I help you. And, of course, you help me by giving me a good review. If you're on iTunes or, like, Castbox or wherever you are in the world, write a nice thing. Be like, hey, Daddy Reed, you're cool. And I love you, unlike my parents. So that's right. Get excited. Did you meditate today? Was that something that you did? It's okay. You can tell me. I won't tell anyone. Dad, he didn't meditate. Beat him. All right, obviously insensitive. Did you exercise today? Exercise will help you become your best version of your person. We'll pretend I didn't say that. So exercise is very important. Get those endorphins happening, or whatever the scientists up in NASA, whatever they're promoting. Did you remain calm and aware today? Working on your awareness is so very important. Without your awareness, you simply cannot be aware of your behaviors. And if you're not aware of your behaviors, you simply cannot change them. A lot of the time, the reason why you decided to overcome your porn addiction is because you had a moment of awareness where you were like, you know what, I think I can do better. So that's why you're here listening to Julius Reed going crazy in front of the mic. Of course, this is actually live. You're listening to me live. Live. I don't know what I was trying to achieve there. And what are you going to do differently? Something for you to think about. What would you like to do differently? Would you like to maybe spend more time working out? Would you like to, practice those Kegels? I hear that's popular amongst the young'uns, getting a nice stiffy. I don't know what they call it. That's what I call my penis. All right, moving on. And that brings us to the favourite segment of the show. The topic! That's right. Today's topic is, what do you hope to gain from life? Gain from life, yeah, lean gains, hitting the gym, getting the gains. Of course, this is a much broader topic. How would you like to get those gains? What do you hope to achieve? What do you hope to be? Who do you hope to become? Something that you can think about. This is a casual topic, something for you to think about throughout your day. And it's important to think about because, like I say, this is another facet of awareness. This is you becoming aware of who you are and what you like and who you want to be. And only by having that awareness can you therefore move in the right direction and change to become a better person. Like a Julius Reed. Oh, yeah, he is such a good person. That was my attempt at an Asian man. And as an Asian man, I'm offended. So what's going on there, Reed? So what do you want to become? Maybe you want to become famous. I know that's like an aspiration for a lot of people. And if you do, then, you've got to work hard and work on the right things. For example, girth, very important. Maybe you just want to be a good person. And I think this is an underrated one. And it's something that actually no one really thinks about. We're so kind of focused on our goals and our ambitions, like, oh man, I want to no longer be addicted to porn, or, I want to be able to do 20 push-ups, or, whatever it is. We never actually think about the broader context of why we're doing those things. And I think ultimately, like, we all want to become good people, but we just express it differently. So, for example, like, a lot of us, we want to get ripped and stuff, but we don't realize the reason why we want to do that, obviously, aside from getting ripped, is that we want to be good role models. We want to be demonstrating to others, well, hey, listen, I can get ripped. Well, you can get ripped too. Of course, a lot of people are just doing it for pussy, which is cool too. But, at the end of the day, if you're not a good person, well, then, what's the point? Why are you living your life, buddy? Huh? You want to fight? 1v1 me, bro? Maybe you want to have a family. Maybe you want to have children. Maybe you want to buy a house. Maybe they're the things that you keep you preoccupied. And it can help to visualize these things as well. It can help to think, well, what would life be like with a family? Would I be happier? Would I be sadder? I mean, that often helps with working out as well. It's like, well, I'm going to picture myself 10 years from now, ripped, buff, Arnie, huge. Obviously having sex with the housemaid that he did as well. That's part of the fun. Maybe you just, maybe you hope to gain from life just the learning experience or the experience of learning. Maybe that's what keeps you preoccupied. In other words, the journey. Maybe it's the journey that you love. I think that's a good thing as well. Being, interested in the journey as opposed to the destination, and that can help as well. And that's kind of what awareness is. It's about being focused on the present. It's not about worrying too much in the future because, hey, you can't control the future, but you can steer yourself in the right direction by changing your behaviors. Obviously, things like death, you can't really overcome, but you can take yourself down the right path. Well, not the right path, but the path that you choose and the path that you want to take. And obviously, don't go bombing, terrorists. What's the deal? Don't do that. Don't do that kind of thing. But irrespective of who you want to become, it's basically not possible to become who you want to become if you don't have control over your mind. And, this comes back down to mental balance, because with mental balance, essentially you have control over your feelings and your emotions, and you're able to be more effective. And the way you have mental balance is by remaining calm and by developing your awareness with practices such as meditation, which I talk about so frequently because it's so important. So that's something that you can do. Focus on your mental health. That will help your life and help you become who you want to become. And because, furthermore, if you're not truly present with life, I mean, are you actually living life? That's another thing to consider as well. How can you gain from life if you are not present with life? So that is the topic, which brings us to the next segment, also known as the viewer mail.
The viewer mail.
The viewer mail. Viewer mail. Yes, it sounds like I'm saying female, but actually I'm saying
the viewer mail.
Thank you, Heather. Today's viewer mail comes from John Cooper from Brazil. It's actually, I'll try and pronounce it, Recliffe. I have no idea. Anyway, this very real person is from, not from John Cooper, but from Brazil. John Cooper says, "Hey, Julius, high five." I lamely high-fived myself then. I don't know if you heard that. And if you didn't, get on the program, buddy. What are you doing? John Cooper says, "Hey, Julius, I think I inserted a dildo into the wrong hole and I can't get it out. Can you please come to my apartment and help me pull it out?" Well, John, well, firstly, I mean, how can you even confuse your holes? They're two very different holes. I think everyone knows that. There's the poo hole. Then there's the pleasure hole, and, they're very different feelings as well. I mean, how did you even get to a point where the dildo went completely inside the poo hole? And, I just realized John is not a woman, so I don't know what this second hole is. The pleasure hole, I don't know, maybe you had someone get a nail gun and sort of like smash it in. All right, that's disturbing. So you've got two holes. I'm just going to assume you're a woman. It just makes the joke work because I wrote it for a woman. But, some key details were missed. That's okay. There's also a third hole, which, oh, Jesus. John, why did you write this? There's also a third hole, which is a gun wound where my dad shot me as a child. I like to finger that on occasion, get on the webcam, touch it sensually while crying under the trauma. Thank you. Well, technically I would have written that, not John. So that's what I'm doing, touching the pleasure hole and dropping things from really high heights. Damn it. What's the right sound effect? No. Fail. That's right. it's a fail. But you know what's not a fail? Going on to the next bullet point, which hopefully is a funnier joke. It says, there's also that other hole where food goes into, your butthole. Oh. No, that's not the one. That's what I want to... That's right, a classic joke from the Read. People pay for this. No, they don't. So shame on you for not knowing your holes. For being retarded. Just casually disability shaming there. I shouldn't be awing disability shaming. It's a big thing. You can't walk. I mean, how are you supposed to go to the brothel? I mean, it's hard times. Thank you, goat. As for helping you, absolutely not. That's disgusting. I'll come down later in my gimp outfit and we'll have a good time. But absolutely not. I will not be heading down there. Please leave the door open, please. I'll come in. It'll be great. So yeah, shame on you, John. No help for you. And that brings us to the end of the viewer mail, which is okay because that's the end of the show. Thank you for listening. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Discord, Reddit, Castbox channel. Email NeverFapDeluxe@gmail.com. Send in a viewer mail. Make me happy. Make me proud. And stay safe. Look after your mental health. Don't do drugs unless they're good drugs, free drugs. Just do a heap of drugs, please.